Now, an anniversary is not a full stop, but it does offer a pause for reflection, forward speculation, and hopefully intelligent analysis. Now, the imagery of this story has been stark from the outset, from the tens of thousands of Russian troops massing on the border with Ukraine and on Belarusian soil with the support of Putin's friend and ally, Lukashenko. Now, it didn't really take the geniuses at the CIA headquarters at Langley and their army of satellites to figure out what Putin was up to. His strategy and his curious reasoning behind it have been made crystal clear in a series of speeches and articles these last few decades. Now, we felt that we knew him, but not so much his adversary, President Zelensky of Ukraine, who grew from being a comic actor to a respected player on the world stage. Now, the Kremlin sought to paint him as the leader of the neo-Nazi remnants in Ukraine. He was accused of being a money grabber and even a drug user too. Most of it to be taken, frankly, with a pinch of Siberian salt. And many here wore blue and yellow as a simple sartorial display of solidarity with the aggrieved Ukrainians. Badges combining the Ukrainian flag and the Union Jack graced lapels across Parliament, not least courtesy of Boris Johnson, but more besides was forthcoming in weaponry, diplomatic pressure and nudges among perhaps reluctant NATO allies of ours. The imagery, as I say, of war is ghastly, but we've seen plenty of curiously lighter moments like Ukrainian farmers towing away Russian tanks and Ukrainian soldiers giving the V sign to the flagship of the Black Sea Fleet, the Mokhtar, which had been attacking their holdout on a small island. That ship was subsequently sunk, much to the embarrassment and anger of the Kremlin. Now, those events were celebrated in postage stamps, demonstrating perhaps a government or certainly a postmaster or postmistress with his or her finger firmly on the pulse of a remarkable and resilient people. There was also the visual evidence of war crimes, or as the US Vice President Kamala Harris put it, war crimes against humanity in Bucha, Mariupol and Kyiv itself. There were also the refugee camps in neighbouring countries like Poland, who also welcome many fleeing persecution. It has already been said by China that the Belarus President, Lukashenko, will go to Beijing in an official state visit on February the 28th. But the Chinese have ducked and dived from the outset, and even now there are talks of them rearming Russia's depleted armories and arsenals. We have guests warning this could all lead to the Third World War on this programme, and Vladimir Putin has reversed out of arms limitation treaties and has warned of a new generation of nuclear weapons. One of Zelensky's most potent clarion calls was perhaps when he said, if Putin isn't stopped in Ukraine, he won't stop until he gets to Berlin.